if you struggle with marker coloring, stay tuned for a very easy coloring tutorial. Hi there everyone, welcome to another session of Creative Coloring with Erum. I am Erum Tasneem and I have another easy coloring tutorial for you. This time I am focusing on Artist Alcohol Markers by Altenew. Today we will do semi-blended ink coloring, just covering the white spaces of the image and doing some stress-free coloring. I will use the Builder Garden Dare Dahlias outline stem set, and I will use a stamp positioner to stamp this on a panel of Classic Crest Solar White cardstock, which is 80 pounds, in Fuchsia Crisp Dye Ink. You can also use permanent black crisp dye ink, which is an alcohol marker friendly ink. The reason I'm using Fuchsia Crisp Dye Ink is to avoid ink smearing. Now you can see the completely colored flower on the left and the very obvious dark portions too. I know it looks half finished and unpolished right now as it lacks an outline, but once I will stamp the outline, everything will fall into place and this semi-blended look will not look as weird and unfinished as it does now. So first, I will use Rubelite Artist Alcohol Marker, and this I will apply to the base of the petal. I suggest finishing this off as flicks so that you have a nice look that goes with the shape of the petal. Normally, when we color with markers, we choose to color a smaller portion as the alcohol markers dry pretty fast, and we want that area to remain wet when we bring in the second color. But for this type of coloring, it doesn't really matter. So if you are new to alcohol marker coloring or struggle with them or have trouble blending, try this technique. Also, using an image with a smaller area, such as the one I'm using right now, is helpful as you do not have to worry about coloring a bigger portion. For the next color, I used Pinkalicious Artist Alcohol Marker, and I will go over the remaining petal with this. Plus, I will also apply this over the edges of those flicks of the first darker color. Not the entire portion, just to the ends of the flicks. This will blend them slightly. Try not to overwork this or overthink this. This is super easy and stress-free coloring. I try to bring easy coloring processes for you guys along with the tougher ones once in a while. But I really want to make the coloring sessions easy and enjoyable for you. And I want you to know that it can be easy. There are ways to go about it. And the end result does look beautiful. For the little flowers, I added Andromeda Artist Alcohol Marker in the center. Just coloring around the flower center and pulling some of the pigment outwards. The next color that I added is Hydrangea Artist Alcohol Marker, which I realized after adding that I should have started with this instead of the Andromeda because it's too dark. I could have easily gotten away by adding just this and the lighter marker. So I had to add another shade, a lighter shade, which is Wisteria Artist Alcohol Marker. And I added this to the tips covering the white parts. I did switch to the bullet tip as these are quite small. I also went over some of that hydrangea pigment to make the flowers a little lighter. You can skip the Andromeda and use hydrangea and wisteria markers if you will be using the same colors and if you want to go a tad lighter. Now I thought this needed some warmth, so I picked out Honey Drizzle and Fresh Lemon Artist Alcohol Markers for my next flower here. I will apply the Honey Drizzle, which is the darker of the two, to the base of the flower and in the center. Then I will fill in the white space with Fresh Lemon. Easy peasy. And I wasn't sure about the leaves. I wanted to use green, but then I changed my mind and took out the aqua tones. I will apply Teal Cave Artist Alcohol Marker to the darkest areas, that is the base of the leaves. I'm also ending this as flicks. The second color I will add is Aqualicious Artist Alcohol Marker, which again wasn't as light compared to the Teal Cave, so I should have used Galactic Stream, I suppose. Anyway, I left some space at the tips of the leaves so that I can add another lighter marker just to add a bit of lightness to the leaves, and covered the white space with Dewdrop's Artist Alcohol marker. Now I'll place this panel back in the stamp positioner and stamp the image in Obsidian ink. I will stamp this a couple of times to get a crisp outline. You can stamp the image in permanent black ink to begin with, as I mentioned before, and skip this step altogether. Now here I have a panel of navy cardstock, and I'm going to add splatters of this aqua color from the metallic watercolor 14 pan set, and add some white ones too, which I think is called sterling silver. I used the coordinating die to die cut the image, and I will adhere instant dimension foam tape behind it, and then I will adhere this to the navy card front. Next I will figure out the sentiment, stamp it on a white cardstock, cut it, and then adhere it. That's it. I really hope you will give this very easy coloring tutorial a try, and if you do, please don't forget to tag Altenew and me. Our handles are in the description along with the supply list and the link to the blog post. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!